This episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast is brought to you by Boundless Technology. Boundless Technology strives to advance in the cannabis industry by creating innovative products with portability and stealth in mind. Aiming to deliver an affordable, efficient and straightforward experience for the consumer, Boundless offers an alternative to the traditional joint or water pipe. Enjoy the taste, smells and effects of cannabis at lower vaporization temperatures with Boundless Technology products. Use coupon code SAVAGE for 10% off all Boundless Technology products at bndlstech.com. Follow Boundless on all social media at bndlstech. And if you want to show your support for the podcast, head to patreon.com/Savage Snowflake to donate as little as $1 a month. All right, savages, let's get to it. Savage. What's going on, savages? Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, Jeff Leach. Hi, how are you? How have you been? What's going on? How's your life? It's me, your father, your lover, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your confidant, your teacher, your student, your mythical creature that you'll ride off into the sunset at the end of your mortal coil. And also just a comedian friend. Joining me today is another comedian friend of mine. This is another chap that I know and love from New York City. That's how we have a friendship.
Yeah.
He runs some incredible shows there. He's not just a stand-up comedian.
No.
He's also a writer, also a performer and an actor himself.
That's true.
He does warm-up on some major TV shows back in New York City and runs his own wonderful show that I've been lucky enough to perform on a few times back in New York, which we'll talk about all these things.
Yes, we're talking about all this stuff.
We're going to plug all of them as well.
This stuff that he's doing like a brief of, we'll go into a little bit of detail on each of them.
It's Seth
and I'm going to tell
Herzog,
some crazy stories. Seth Herzog, everybody. How are you? Hold your applause. Sit down. Sit down. Everyone, sit at home. Sit down at home. Sit down.
There you go.
Take it off.
How's it going, man? Welcome to Los Angeles.
Thank you. It's funny you say take it off because I'm not wearing pants.
There you go. You
There's
can't
the
see that in the camera.
You can't see it.
I can see it.
No pants.
But you got underwear on.
Barely.
Women's underwear.
Yeah, but my dick is out.
It's hanging right out this side.
So
cock and balls.
what's the point of the underwear?
Well, because it's dressing it up. It's like putting one of those little white things around a turkey leg.
Yeah.
Like, why'd you need a tiny chef's hat on a turkey leg? What the fuck is the point of that? It's just dressing it up. You know what I mean? You still see the meat.
Do you only get turkey legs with chef hats on them?
That's if it doesn't, I want them to wear the chef hats throughout their life
career
as well. Yeah, I want the turkey to be waddling around in a little
like
chef
a little like with like a ribbon around it. So
but on the legs,
on the legs,
like little booties.
Yeah.
So when it's finally cooked,
it's appropriate.
They're flame retardant material, and then they cook it. You
Good.
know, I want it from the.
I
want tiny chef hats from source to plate, from birth to plate.
From birth to plate.
Yeah,
that's an old saying.
That's good, that good old Viking saying.
Yeah.
From birth to plate.
Yeah. I'm glad to be in LA. I just got off the plane. I came straight here. Got lost twice. Which is pretty good for me.
You rented a car. What car did you get?
I got a black Miata.
Woo! That's nice.
I like because I've learned from renting cars in LA. I like a small, quick car, compact,
you got
agile.
A car back in New York?
No.
Okay, there you go. So it's fun, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun. The Miata, I've never driven one before. It does shake when you go above 60.
Okay, nice.
It can't really handle the speeds.
That's kind of a turn on.
Yeah, it goes like, oh my god, I didn't realize it couldn't handle this. But I like how agile it is. It's super agile. The pickup is pretty good, and you can park it everywhere. I don't like cars that have. I don't like SUVs. I don't like cars that have a lot of space.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like maneuvering around traffic in LA or New York or everywhere. I never know how big I am, like how much space I'm taking up.
Is your spatial awareness off a little bit, do you think?
With the bigger car.
Oh, man.
So, but with small cars, I know exactly how much space I'm taking up.
You're a respectful road user. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to take up too much space.
I don't want to take up too much space. Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a solitary fuck about cars because I just not a thing that I would love a nice one, but I just don't care. It's not a thing that I spend money on. But I'm with you in the space. Wouldn't it be great if we all if we removed that? It's, you know what it is? It's the hierarchy of car ownership.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wish we removed that. Just the same with trainers. Oh yeah, well he's got these trainers. He's obviously cooler.
Right.
If we all just wore exactly the same brand of trainer, I know
You're
it'd be kind
very
of
communist.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're super communist.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
I wear a red coat anyway, so I like the color.
A red
I like
red coat.
Yeah, I like, and as a British red coat,
right.
I quite like anything that has that kind of fashion ethic. And communism is very much about like identity.
Yes.
Red outfits. China, you seen them?
You kidding me?
Oh, you can't miss them.
Russia sold all their old outfits to them.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
For cheap.
Fucking Lenin.
For cheap.
Lenin did a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a vintage store now in Shoreditch in London.
Shoreditch, he's got a vintage
He's
store.
got a vintage
Lennon
clothing
does?
store. Yeah. And he actually owns an army surplus store here in LA as well.
Oh, yeah. I bet he does.
It's on the corner of Hollywood and what is it? Hollywood and Willoughby, maybe? I don't know.
Willoughby, that sounds about right where the Lennon store is.
Lennon's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's fun to be here, my ears still haven't popped, so that's going to happen soon.
Don't you do the old pinch the nose and
Oh, I'm afraid to blow my brains out.
Are you serious?
No. Should I do that?
Yeah, do it.
So I blow out.
Yeah. No, wait. You try as if
I
you're
see.
trying to blow out mouthful, but you keep your lips
I get it now.
together and it comes out your ears.
That worked a little bit. Yeah, definitely worked. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've
That
never
works.
done that before?
I have once, maybe. It's not a regular routine
Are
of
you
mine.
fucking serious?
Yeah, it's not a regular
That's not a thing
thing.
your parents, when you were kids, when you get like
I think
ears
I-
blocked,
no,
and they go,
I
hey,
think
just blow
My
like that.
parents have never instructed me to do anything.
Are you serious? What do your parents
They're
do?
not great
Are they
teachers.
funny people?
Yeah, they actually are pretty funny. My mom is funnier than my dad in a different way. My
They're not
dad's
professionally. They're not professionally
no,
funny.
my dad's a scientist. My mom's a therapist, but
Oh,
they're
wow.
very wacky characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you science is quite finely linked to eccentricism, and with that often comes quite funny people, right?
Oh yeah, my dad's funny in the way that he's clever, like smart and clever. My mom is just such a goofball and so genuinely herself, and that's what's funny about her because she's just saying the almost the weirdest things.
Yeah.
Like, as we're saying, as my show that you've done in New York,
Which is called Sweet. By the
Sweet
way,
is my show,
at
and
the
we've
slipper rooms.
we've left the slipper room.
Oh shit!
We left the slipper room.
happened?
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, man. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know if I want to. How public what happened I should make yet is.
Okay, all right. I don't want to. Yeah, no, I don't want to get. All right,
You
but
know?
you fell out with them,
Sort of.
and that's a
Yeah.
shame. That
Yeah.
was home for a long time, right? For years.
14 years.
14 fucking years,
Well,
dude.
yeah. I mean, 2 off because they were rebuilding it, but besides that, yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's quite major.
It's quite major. It was actually such a major emotional, like,
Is it like a breakup?
kind of, there was no, like, emotion involved. I was very nice.
Loads of sex.
Yeah. I'm saying there's no anger.
Okay,
He-
no, I
there
understand.
was just like he had made it harder and harder and more like less fun for me to do the show there
Sure.
for different reasons. And then one thing happened that kind of broke comes back, and I was like, I need to leave.
Okay.
And so I just had kids too.
Yeah.
So we talked about the twins. I had twin little girls.
I wasn't being rude. We just talked about your lovely twin girls for the last half an hour.
So
or so.
I said, I got these girls. I can't work on the show as much, so I'm gonna end it.
Yeah.
But then
What, and the
show.
fatherhood? Oh, no, okay.
yeah.
I'm just going to put him in a sack
I
and throw him off a
decided.
bridge. Yeah.
No, I'm going to
Do it like China does. You're a communist too. See?
Exactly. No, but with the girls, I'm going to give them a year and see if it's fun. But no, but so
I'm
what
back
I'm
in,
doing,
I'm not
but we
into
can
it.
talk about though, more importantly, is I have moved the show to a bigger space.
Yeah, tell me about where it's at now.
Chelsea Music Hall.
Oh, that sounds very fancy.
It's very fancy.
bougie.
It's bougie, but it's actually just a beautiful basement of the Chelsea market.
Do you have to wear like a top hat? And
You
tails when
do.
you
Oh,
come?
monocle
Bow tie?
only. Monocle.
Monocles.
Monocle. Yeah, it's weird. So Chelsea Music Hall, it's really just like a big, like black box basement space.
Okay.
And they do lots of like weird music stuff there, but they do comedy
It's one of my favorite
Mondays.
websites, actually, bigblackbox.com.
Bigblackbox.com.
Yeah, I love it.
You know, it's funny. I tried to get that domain name.
Yeah.
I had to spell box with like 3 X's.
X's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's a great space. I'm going to do the last Tuesday of the month for the year.
You should tell people what the format of the show is, because it's not
All right.
just
It's not just stand up.
stand-up. It's not just
No,
stand-up.
I host the show. I have like a co-host. Sometimes it's like a big star who's a friend of mine who's like an actor who doesn't really do stand up, but he's funny. So it's a good way to incorporate them without having to like have them do a set.
Yeah.
So they sit on the side. They're like in the audience. They have a mic, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
riff with them, and they can be as funny as they want.
And who was the guy who's on the keys that you sometimes...
What? And then Julian Villard, who's an amazing singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
is on piano half the time. And
Nice.
he's just like, he's amazing on piano. He can play anything, and he adds a lot of filler. And so if a song comes up in conversation, he can play it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then, so then I usually have a few stand-ups, but then I have people doing all sorts of stuff. Like, I usually try and get someone who's going to do non-stand-up-y stuff, like a conceptual bit or a character. And then I do a game with the audience, often in the middle of the show. Or lately we've been doing a thing where I engage with someone in the audience and I get a sense of who they are, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I bet your Instagram is like this or that, da 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 da, and I ask them what their handle is, and then the co-host has had it on their phone looking it up, and then they project it onto the wall,
Nice.
and then we go through their Instagram publicly.
I like that.
It's happened a bunch of times.
like
It's
a live roast.
Live roast. It's sometimes, I say most of the time it works out really well.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes people just got pictures of food.
Yeah, sometimes it's boring, and then you have to then find someone else and go to theirs and see if it's
Yeah,
funnier,
yeah,
which has
yeah,
happened a few times.
And also, you haven't mentioned her.
Oh, my
most
mom.
Important, your mum. You normally.
So another great staple of the show
Yeah.
is my mom, who lives in New York, and she's a character. As I mentioned, she's so crazy. You never know what she's going to say.
Yeah.
Things like
she's
so she,
also fucking adorable.
She's very beautiful and very silly.
just
and
no, but I mean,
like,
just like
yeah,
a
she's
sweet,
sweet
like
and
just
cute.
a sweet mum.
Yes,
You know.
yes. She's always
Yeah.
smiling and dancing.
Yeah.
I always make her dance at the beginning of her little set. So I do an interview with her.
Yeah, that bit was awkward.
Yeah.
Like I came in as this
yeah,
like.
yeah. So I do. I make her do a little
70-year-old
dance.
in a fucking thong. Just,
Yeah, she was never in a ton. She does like.
Just-
She likes to wear
Oh,
normal
dun, dun,
pants.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Well, it's funny you say that. It's
Put a
because I
dollar
once
in.
tried to make her wear like a skimpy outfit as a bit. She wouldn't do it.
No.
So I thought of an idea. Wouldn't it be
You
funny?
tried to.
I tried to do it.
You tried to sexy dress up.
Well,
Your
I thought it'd be
mum.
funny.
Right.
So
I mean, it's
the
hilarious, but also
solution,
slightly
the solution
worried.
ended up being funnier.
Okay.
So the joke was she was doing a spoof of me.
Yeah.
So she does this wacky dance, and then she has tearaway pants, but underneath are the exact same black pants.
I like that. That's funny.
That ended up being the solve, which ended up being much funnier anyway.
Yeah.
You know. So I do an interview with her, and she can't memorize anything, so I can't rehearse anything. I just don't know what she's going to say.
Yeah.
And she'll say everything from like, you know who I don't like? The cripples. And I'll tell you why. And she'll go on some funny rant about she doesn't like crippled people. But you
my
never know
God.
what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Or she'll have a problem with, one time she had a problem with Nordstrom's.
Okay.
They had sent her.
That's such a mum thing to
So
do, right?
problem with Nordstrom's.
I've got a problem with the store.
Exactly. No.
That's such a mum
So
thing.
she shows up and she's mad. She's like, I just bought this thing at Nordstrom's, and they're like a week later, they're giving me like I owe this money. Da da da. I just bought the thing. Da da da. So I said, so she purposely paid for it $1 extra,
Okay.
and then she sent them an angry letter that they owe her $1. You see?
Yeah.
And then they had to send her a letter that there was a mistake, and and she sent them an angrier letter that
And by
they
this point,
have to
the
pay me
postage
this
has
dollar
been
now.
worth more than the
completely.
dollar.
But she's just trying to make a point,
Yeah.
and this went on for a month.
Or she just really likes writing letters.
She likes writing letters, but every week she'd give us an update on what was going on with the Nordstrom's thing.
Love it.
It was so funny. Then they sent her a check for $1.
Are you serious?
That she made them do it.
Where's that check? Please tell me you have
No,
that.
no,
That's
she has it somewhere. I mean, she
Oh,
probably
dude.
put it in the bank. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Should have got it framed.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking epic.
It was really funny that she did that.
Wow, I love mums. Mums got this incredible power to just fucking roll with something relentlessly.
Because they have nothing else to do.
Yeah,
She doesn't have a job. Are you kidding?
Does
kidding
your
me?
mum only ever call you when you're about to do something that you definitely don't want, or like you're mid-wank or something like that?
She
Just bad
calls me always when I can't talk to her. I'm not saying like it's stupid, dirty, but I'm at work or I'm talking to someone or I'm in the middle of something.
Fingering a butthole.
It's never fingering someone's butthole. It's mostly my own.
Yeah.
But it's always in the worst time. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
My mum's the same. And then I was trying to think about whether let's look at it from a scientific, psychological point of view. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad time if it was someone I
else.
really wanted
I've thought
to talk
about that
to,
too.
and I'm just using that
With
as an
her,
excuse.
it's always a bad time.
But I feel like my mum is, exactly. But it's because it's my mum. I'm like, it's just not convenient to talk now. Jesus.
Well, she knows. She should know, though. She always forgets that at the Fallon show, at the Tonight Show, where I do warm up, I'm really on from this time to this time, and she knows the hours and minutes
She'll
when I'm
call you
on.
on it.
Always. So now I've gotten to where I put her on speaker and I put her on the mic and we talk in front of the audience.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the audience goes nuts for it. They love it. So I've been doing that lately.
Do you like doing the warm up?
Yeah, it's fun. I should never complain. I do 5 minutes with the crowd of like jokes about the show and what's going to happen. I bring up the Roots. The Roots and I do a song together. That's a perfect imitation of the Roots.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, okay.
It's pretty much every album.
Love it.
So
one of my favorite albums of all time is by The Roots. Actually.
Which one?
Things Fall Apart.
Oh, Things Fall Apart's a great album. Yeah. I think this is their 9th or something. Anyway, they've done
incredible.
14 or 15 albums. So I do a song with them, and then I dance.
What do you do?
Rap
Wait, you sing
or sing, depending on the song.
Okay.
So it has all started sort of organically as jokes.
Dude, this just, by the way, as just like a thing to be able to say at a dinner party.
Yeah.
Oh, like 5 times a week or whatever. However, how often is that show?
Well, it's 5 shows a week. Yeah.
5 shows a week. 5 times a week. I get to like sing with the Roots.
Sing with the Roots for 10 years.
That's pretty funny.
For 10 years, and I have to remind myself while I'm doing it, because sometimes I'm so bored. I've been doing it for 10 years. It's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, this is the most amazing.
So how long have you been doing that show? 10 years.
In a month and a half, 2 months it'll be.
Wait, and
10
this is
years.
who? Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy.
He's been doing it 10 years.
Late night for 5, and we're going to be the Tonight Show for 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he'd been in the game that long as a
late
night
host.
host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time. In 2 months.
Wow, fucking time goes quick, doesn't it? The older you get.
Yeah, real fast.
Dude,
Especially now that I have kids too, it's going to go even faster.
Mate, yeah, like even just like a few hours traveling used to feel like a lifetime.
Yeah.
And now I go, oh, my buddy literally just hit me up and went, it's my birthday in a couple of weeks, and what are we going to do? And I thought we just had his birthday. Just had a meal. Like literally, I thought it was 3 months ago, dude.
He probably has 3 birthdays a year. He's probably one of those people, and you just forget. It's like, didn't you have 3 months ago? No, man, that was last year. But
He's
they
like,
do it
no,
every
dude,
2 or 3 months.
Because he knows we're
one
all...
of those people. No one really remembers when anyone's
Cheeky
birthday is.
fucker. I bet he does as well.
Exactly.
He's that kind of a guy.
He's totally that guy.
Yeah. Fucking Andre.
Fucking Andre.
Ukrainian. That's why he's
the
Ukrainian.
worst.
Yeah,
there's nothing shiftier
they're
than
like
a Ukrainian.
Shiftier Russian.
Yeah, has he sold you arms yet?
It's my birthday again.
Yes.
Wait, wasn't that 2 months
Enough
ago?
questions.
No, enough. Here's what I want. Amazon wish list.
And Amazon wish list. Get it.
Get it, buy
Yes.
it. Or you give me money, I buy cheaper.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy. God, I love being Russian. What accent do you think a white guy can never play on a TV show?
Jamaican.
No, but there are white Jamaicans.
Oh yes, of course. There obviously are a lot of white Jamaicans. I've known a bunch.
Not a lot. You've known a bunch?
I've known in New York.
Wait,
there's like
off.
English guys who grew up in Jamaica who.
Are you serious?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
English guys,
or guys who are like who parents are English.
But you're talking about black guys or
no,
white
guys whose parents are Brits, but they grew up in Jamaica.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I've only ever met one white Jamaican.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like born and bred there.
Yeah.
And I only met one. I thought they were super rare, but they do exist.
There's tons of them.
And there's a guy on the YouTube as well who's like, I think called like the White Jamaican or something like that.
Is he a rapper of some sort?
No. He's just like a commentator, commentates on the world and talks about reviews, videos and stuff. But he's like, and he also just does these educational, funny videos. But he's basically going, "What going on? It's me. I'm the white Jamaican. There are some of us exist like that. You understand? Like a story for you."
That's really good, by the way.
Well, I grew up in East London, so Jamaican rude boy all over town. You understand?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. That's one accent
I used to hang out with the Mondem crew. You understand? You understand? See?
I do a game at my show where the audience will pick an accent.
Yeah.
And they'll give me a book or something to read.
Love it.
Before I do it, the audience will then guess what it's going to sound like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, like, if they said Jamaican, no one would guess that's what it's going to sound like when I genuinely try to do it. They'll be like, Irish, German, Russian, whatever the thing is. But Jamaican's, like, I think my worst.
That's the worst one. I feel
For
like
me.
to be African, because there's like South Africans, like Afrikaans.
Yeah.
You do Afrikaans, right? And if you do that, it sounds okay because they know there's a lot of white racists down there, I understand.
That's a very specific accent.
But that kind of African you can do as a white guy.
Right, of
But
course.
then like Nigerian African, like African, as soon as you start going, listen to me. Listen to me, you dog. Why you got to be such a dog? Understand? Listen, sir, please stop. Once you do that, that's a bit like,
yeah.
That's the one I think where.
But it's very good.
How many white like Nigerians do we know?
0, and there aren't any. I'm sure there are 2.
Are there? This is the thing.
Are there?
Is there a white Nigerian
Who was born and bred there? Who has
Google
the
that.
accent?
Can I Google that shit?
Yeah. Now we're gonna spend 4 or 5 minutes, guys, in the audience googling this.
I just want to know that that I feel like it's Okay, wait, that's not you. Did you just? Oh, that was earlier. I had the buzzer. Sorry, I
Right.
shouldn't have done this. I'm too high to operate my phone.
I noticed.
I got this.
You're not too high to hit every accent perfectly, though.
Thank you, mate. Is there a white
Nigerian. I love it. This is what everyone's listening to now.
Yeah. Are any Nigerians white? There are white people living in Nigeria.
Did
but
they name
no
them all?
white Nigerians.
No white, no
Only
low
white
natives.
Nigerians are mixed race people with one. Wow.
No native Nigerians that are white.
Apparently not.
I thought they would have. I
According
thought that
to-
when you Googled that, they would have been like, yeah,
According
George.
to Quora,
His name is George.
it honestly says there are no white Nigerians. There are white people living in Nigeria, but no white Nigerians. The only white Nigerians are mixed race people with one Nigerian parent, one white parent. Also, mixed people with a Nigerian father are considered more Nigerian than a mixed race with a foreign father due to having a Nigerian surname. To be Nigerian, you have to have at least a grandparent from one of the tribes indigenous to Nigeria.
I see.
So there will never be a true white Nigerian.
Never be one. The way they define it, yeah.
The last white Nigerian. Sounds like a Keanu Reeves movie. Doesn't it?
Yeah, or the only one. The only
white Nigerian.
Yeah.
He's always like going after fuck. Oh, actually, who else does that shit? Who's that?
Matt
who was it?
Damon?
Matt Damon. No, who was the one who went into he's in a oh fucking he played the Joker, the latest Joker. He's a singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. He's super hot.
Yeah. Jared
Leto. Jared Leto. He did a movie where it was like, you know, white Yakuza or whatever the fuck it was. And it was basically
Yes, it was just
goes
out
off
like this year.
to Japan and then he like
becomes a
Yakuza
assassin,
assassin and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It was quite, I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, you did?
I watched it on Netflix, I think.
I bet you did.
Liked it. And I thought, that was easy. Like, do you know what I mean?
Do you think it was going to be difficult to watch it?
That honestly required zero fucking thought.
To make the movie, to enjoy.
Just like, it's not clever.
I'm sure it isn't.
I'm into it. I like it.
It's amazing to me that there are so many writers here in LA who make a decent living writing the shitty stuff.
The Upside yesterday.
Oh, is it? I mean, it's based on a book.
It's based on
a
a
real story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, apparently, there was a French film 2 years ago that was critically acclaimed.
Of the
This
same
one
story.
is not going to be critically acclaimed. It didn't know whether it was a Kevin Hart wacky rom-com or a desperately serious music
Can I be honest with you?
film. It
I
kept
saw
cutting between.
a scene from it this week, and that's exactly what I thought while watching the scene.
So weird.
I could tell that the director wanted to have it be like a real heartfelt drama.
Yeah.
But in the scene, you could see Kevin Hart trying to be super funny and weird.
This is
and I
this
could
is it.
see it in that one scene.
Let's do a film. This is the moment.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, I don't know whether I want to be alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
that.
Want to be alive? You want to be alive? Why would you not?
That's crazy. Come on, let's smoke some weed. And it was so many stereotypes, like awful stereotypes. It's literally like, hey, what a quirky relationship could exist between a white billionaire with no lust for life and a black ex-convict?
Yeah.
Black people can end up painting and enjoying opera. He didn't think he'd like that. Nor did the old white guy think he'd enjoyed smoking weed in Central Park.
Yeah.
What a wacky duo. It was so fucking cheesy,
Right.
man.
I thought
couldn't
Kevin
believe it was
Hart
based
did
on
that
a true
movie
story.
already with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, exactly. Get Hard.
Get Hard, right.
Yeah, it was, at moments, it was Get Hard.
Yeah.
And at other moments, it was Man on the Moon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someone in a fucking wheelchair or unable to exist, crippled and dealing with the life they used to have and what they want to do.
Right.
But then every now and then he'd be like, let me give you cornrows. That give me some respect in jail. You sure? I don't know because I'm an old white guy. It's fucking stupid. What a shit movie. They must have got paid so much money. Nicole Kidman, Bryan Cranston, and Kevin Hart.
The upside is they all got paid well.
There we go. Boom. Brought it full circle. That's why he works, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
That's why he works. If you could host, now that you've done 10 years of warming up on, not just that
Tonight,
show.
Late night. No, I do a little bit of other shows, but mostly no. I don't like regularly do any other shows.
Okay.
I've done
But
like some Comedy Central specials.
You've got a 5-show a week job warming up
Yeah.
for one of the biggest shows on television.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's really fun.
you're doing all right, fucking piece of shit.
I don't know why I'd be mad about it.
I'm so angry. Yeah, stop whinging. But my point is, you've now seen the format of a chat show. Mm-hmm. If you could be tomorrow given the Holy Grail and they said, You know what,
Host
Seth?
a
We want
chat
you
show?
to create your own chat show, any format you like, and you can do it any way you like. It's yours. What's the format you're going to come up? What would you like to see as your chat show?
It would be. Would you have to do chats in it?
Dude, it's yours. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. If you just want to do like an Eric Andre, I'm just going to have a banana strapped to a chair and I'm going to stick it in my ass for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
You can do it any way you like.
I think it would be closer to an Eric Andre thing. It would be very sketchy. Lots of little sketches.
Okay.
And then it depends how much time I had too.
Sure.
If it's half hour, an hour.
Let's go an hour.
Hour. Yeah, it would definitely be more sketchy and one interview.
And one interview.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't do.
So be a sketch. You want a sketch show?
I would occasionally do a sketch show with an
interview.
An interview is sort of more the vibe I would do.
Nice.
But maybe a stand up. But I don't know. Like I rarely a stand up or band. Like almost never. I feel like unless it's something special, I'm not going to have them on.
I just like a old stack of CDs out my mum's loft, and at the beginning of each show we just play something off one of the CDs. There's just a CD player on a plinth. And a spotlight on it, and that'd be a whole show. This is the beginning of the beginning and the end of every show.
Right,
is I walk over and I just open one of those CDs.
One
of those CD cases we used to have that you put fucking 10 CDs in each side. She just slaps through. I slap through these under the spotlight. It's dead silence, and I just fucking stop, and then I just pull a CD out and go, all right, throw it in there. And I close my eyes and tap the button on the tracks and just press play, and then whatever plays. It could be just a fucking recording.
But then you have to. But that would be the beginning of every show.
That's the beginning. So that just plays, and then
you have to pay for the song separately each time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care. Half the budget goes on music.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a fuck. I'm Maverick. This is my show.
This is your show. That's going to be great.
That's a great way to like. I like the idea of. I love when people have their personal past weirdly delved into.
Oh yeah,
and there's something about.
I would definitely do a bunch of that too.
Remember those CDs, man? Remember when we used to make mixed CDs
or mixed tapes? You're saying I'm older than you are. I remember racks of people would have cassette tapes and vinyl and racks of vinyl and cassettes.
I've definitely got the vinyl as well on the record home.
Yeah.
How about this? I used to have one of those 2 tape players where you could press record and play on the second tape.
Yeah.
So you would record from the radio, songs, and try and make your own mixtapes.
I would have. My like a little small cassette player next to my radio, 2 separate things.
Yeah,
and then I'd wait for certain songs to come on and hit it. So I never got the beginning of anything.
There you go. Or you got the end, but it
was
the beginning of something else.
Yeah, well, it was got 3/4 of the song.
Yeah,
I want it.
The best 3/4.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I don't want to play one-upmanship.
Yeah.
Which is
I can't
feel
wait.
like I've been doing.
That's my favorite.
I used to have a phonograph where I would actually.
You could record on it.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah,
are you 300 years old?
Yeah, and I had an orchestra, and I used to record the Philharmonic
recording
Orchestra.
Phonograph. That's like old technology from the 50s.
Oh, dude, yeah. It took ages. No, I used to hand carve it.
You'd hand carve. You'd hand carve the grooves.
And
I see.
Took a long time.
I bet it took several years for each one. Oh, totally worth it. Worth the best use of your time ever.
Yeah. If you could have a different skill set than being effortlessly funny.
Effortlessly.
I think you are. I think whatever. No, I do. I honestly, when you host as well, that's quite a. I told you I had Brody Stevens on yesterday.
I'm sorry.
And he MCs a lot.
He does.
At the store as well.
Yeah.
And it's one of my having MC'd a huge amount, especially at the beginning of my stand-up. That's how I gave myself stage time. Was set up 3 gigs and MC'd them all. And I feel like it's a skill that so many comics don't have. Like 95% of comics.
I've learned that over and over and over again.
Yeah, brilliant comics.
Yeah.
Who can go up and just kill in any room, can't fucking MC for shit, can't tie a show together and host and do crowd work and run with ideas and have an arsenal of stuff that they know they can come back with.
Yeah.
Talk about places or rages or, these broad spectrum ideas.
Yeah.
And do the improvisation stuff, which I think is so integral.
Or keeping the energy up and introducing people correctly.
Yeah.
Like that's just introducing people correctly.
Yeah.
You'd be shocked how much comics don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Well, this is why this podcast I like to do a little intro at the beginning and extol the the wondrous elements of your resume,
right? Or just saying the name last. That's simple. I can't tell you how many shows I go to where the people are like, oh my god, the next guy's Jeff Leach. He's done this. It's like, why did you give it up? It's just so simple. Like, just say the name last and do it with some you care about it.
Jeff Leach. Yeah,
that's all you have. That's all you have to do.
Jeff Leach.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I've had people forget my name, and I've definitely once, as an MC, forgot someone's name and had to do that. Like, just blanked. And I knew them.
I've MC'd a lot, and I've definitely spaced people's names and forgotten or said it wrong.
I just go like, either, I think the one time I did do it, I was at a Jongleurs back in the UK, and I went, and I was like, coming up, amazing guy, really funny. And I was like, I've forgotten his name. Completely forgotten his name. I was just like, he is incredible tour around the country.
He kept talking more, kept talking.
And I just went, please give it up. Put your hands together now. Let's see some applause. And then just walked off stage. I was like,
that. I love that.
I made them clap so loud. I made such a
that
big
you couldn't even hear the name.
You couldn't hear what I said. I went,
oh my
and
god,
he walked
that's
up on stage
so
and went,
good.
hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm Steve Watson or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because you forgot his name.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's how I introduce people.
Yeah.
Because especially if I'm introducing, someone comes up to us and I'm talking to you, and it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And someone who's I know I should know and I don't know, especially if it's loud.
Yeah.
I'll say, Jeff, you know Shadow, right? And it's loud, so they can't hear what I said. And then they'll say, and then you'll say, what?
Say what?
And then they'll say Sophie, and I said, yeah, that's what I said, Sophie.
And you get angry. A little
Yeah,
angry.
I get a little bit angry.
Well, you can't understand me.
You can't understand, yeah.
How drunk are you, bro?
But I just say 2 syllables that sound like something enough that
You know
if I
something, right?
heard something. That's my
hey,
thing.
you know what's wrong with that?
Hey, you know that. She's the best. Only one time did I ever get called out for it. One time did a girl say, "What did you just say?" I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. You got me.
Yeah.
I love those old school strats. Or the other one is, you know, you have like the way you introduce. You know, you go like go. I'll go. You go. Oh, you know, if I know your name, I go Seth.
Right.
Seth. All right. Oh God, come on, you guys. Surely you've met previously.
Yeah.
Surely you met previously.
That's the old school.
Or someone go, no,
That's the old
I
school.
don't think we haven't met.
You guys know each other, right?
You don't know each other.
Right.
And go no, and then they'll be no to be promised to go. Sorry, what? Yeah, Seth. What's your name?
Yeah.
You know, so you leave it, or you go go. Oh, sorry, this is Seth. Oh, sorry, hang on a sec. And you like,
here's
just
what I do.
don't do the second intro.
I just don't
sorry,
even
give me a
do
second,
names. I'll say, "Oh my God, Jeff," and I'll say every detail I'll know
here's
about them.
2 great guys.
Let me
Here's
tell you
2
something
great
about
guys
him. He does this. He works here. He's from Ohio. You're gonna love him.
Again, you just keep talking until they go, well, I haven't said my name yet.
I'm Ernie. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, Ernie.
sorry,
I'm
Ernie.
Ernie.
Sorry, man, I should have said that.
Yeah.
Well, I was over here doing a different job, talking about all the things I know about you. That was your job to say your name,
I was
dickhead.
stalling until you said it, so thank you.
Isn't that great? I love all this shit. You know what?
Yeah.
Another thing I fucking love that people do, they do on the podcast sometimes, is when they have to yawn.
Oh.
But I've had like at least twice. There's people, because we've done evening recordings before. People are fucking tired, man.
Yeah.
And we've had a little smoke or whatever.
Yeah.
And when people kind of go, they just go.
They're forcing the yawn.
You know when the face just goes, it literally, their face looks like they're at the initial stage, slowed down to times 20 speed of taking a really big shit. So it's just like this. It's like a grimace in the face. The lip starts to curl, like a bit of the eyes squints a little bit, and then they suppress it, and then it reverses back to the beginning of the shit. It's just, comes back. Like, it's okay. And they do that over and over again. I'm like, motherfucker, if you got yawn, just yawn, get it out, and then it's done.
Right.
Don't fucking fake yawn me. Don't hold that shit.
Yeah. They're trying to be nice. They're trying to be polite.
Yeah, I know, but it's just
and they don't
so
want to
annoying.
look bad on the video.
And then other ones are dicks. Pull their phones out, start texting and stuff like that.
On video?
Never had
I would
that.
never do that.
I had one guest.
If there was no video, I'd do
they
it in
were
a
about
second.
to go. Yeah, we've all done it on podcasts, haven't we? Yeah. What's your podcast about?
That's so funny. That's the most LA question I've ever been asked. I don't have one yet.
You're not even a comedian, bro. If you don't have a podcast,
I know. It's got to...
forget the decades of professional work in the industry.
Yeah.
If you don't have a podcast, you're not comic.
No, I am going to start one. I'm going to start a sweet one. But it's going to be both interviews and also live stuff from the show.
Nice. You could put sketches into that too. Couldn't
Yeah,
you?
I guess so.
Sketches.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just saying.
But just audio only, I guess.
You're welcome. 10%.
10% of each sketch, that's audio.
No, that's my percentage cut for that.
Yeah, I know. I get
idea.
it. I get it.
Did you?
I got it. Whenever anyone says 10% in LA, I know what they
otherwise you're going to be
mean.
getting a letter from a lawyer.
I'm sure my mom will respond.
Yeah. And I'll end up sending her a
You
check.
send her $1. I don't know why I had to send this old woman $1 in New York. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, man. What does your mum do?
Now she does nothing.
What did she do?
She was like a therapist, career counselor.
That's always interesting because Jessica Curson, her mum's a psychologist, therapist as well.
Right.
And I find that I don't know if that would be a help or a hindrance to a comedian because I feel like we all have something a bit broken in our heads.
Yeah.
Validate me, we laughed at, it's something a little bit fucking wrong. But then having someone who's so closely tied to you be in that field of therapy, does that actually push you away from that? Do you feel like actually makes you go, oh, I don't think I'm going to find any help in therapy?
No, it's so weird. My mom is so weird about it. Growing up, she was always very much like everyone should have a therapist. Everyone should be talking about their da-da-da-da. But I think she thinks of that more as everyone else. Because I got a therapist in New York about 5 years ago, six years ago. And I told my mom, and she got really offended. I was like, yeah, Mom, I go see a guy. I go see a therapist once a week. I've been doing it for years. She's like, what? What do you guys talk about? Like, why would you? It's crazy. Like, she got really weirded out.
Is that professional offense, do you think? Is it because
she's worried?
I'm a therapist. Why would you talk to me?
She's worried I'm talking about her the entire time.
Oh, really?
That's what it is.
Oh, my God. Are you?
Yeah. Between other pressures in my life, the wife, the
babies.
Mom, the babies. Yeah, babies is new. But, yeah, I talk about everything, and she comes up a lot.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I've never been to a therapist.
Oh, you should go. It's fun. If you find the right guy.
No, yeah, 100%. I do a lot of self-applied therapy, I honestly believe.
You smoked it earlier.
Yeah, I know, exactly. No, dude, I used to escape. Now, that's actually my point. That's why I smoke rather than drinking now. I've actually not been drinking at all this year.
You were saying. That's right. For how long now?
11 days, whatever it is. Yeah, 11 days.
Oh, you've been sober for 11 days. I'm very impressed.
Which is the longest I've been sober for the last God knows how many years.
Oh, for real?
I started drinking heavily from 13.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
well, in England, you could start drinking at like 11.
Drinking culture. Yeah.
What's the legal age in England?
16. Oh, sorry, for drinking alcohol? 18.
Yeah, 18.
16 for sex, 18 for drinking and cigarettes, and then 21 for nothing because we're not fucking retarded.
Wait a minute. I love that you can
like
have
that?
sex at 16, but you can't drink till you're 18.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably more tied to sexual, physical and sexual development.
Right.
Whereas they still think we don't want you
drunk driving a car or whatever.
We still think you might be an idiot. You might be sexually, your body, you can feel emotions and sexual desires. From 16, you're very naturally drawn to wanting to fuck, right?
Yeah.
Especially boys.
Yeah.
But then you're not yet. We don't want you running around drunk like that.
Yeah.
Because then you will just fuck anything, and then there'll be a million babies and blah blah blah. And then but it's crazy. I think it's more crazy in America that sex in a lot of states is 18, right? Or is it 16?
Depends on the state. It's
Some
different
14,
state to state.
I know,
Some 14, yeah.
But
some just put it up to 14.
Generally, it's 18.
18.
And then but then you can own a gun at 18. You can't drive a car. So you can't buy alcohol until 21.
Yes.
You can drive a car
Yes.
and have a gun in the glove compartment
At 17.
of it at 17.
Yeah.
But you can't drink a beer.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yes. And you can, you could die for your country, but you can't vote.
Oh, yeah.
You could get recruited to the army, I think, at 17, but you can't vote till 18 or something like that.
Yeah. Insane.
And you can't rent a car till 25.
Do you like being in America?
Yeah. I mean, I've never lived anywhere else. I mean, I've never lived in, one of your socialist countries over there in Europe. Denmark or Sweden or Norway.
With our free healthcare and our bicycles and fucking arseholes. Yeah, Denmark, they're the worst.
Denmark's the worst. I do love
Europe.
Europe.
Get paid to go to further education. They get paid for college. Hate that.
I do love living in America. I do see its faults all the time.
See, this is the thing. You, as an American, you can say stuff about the country. So many times I've had to have, and it's actually worked out in my favor by the end of the show, but I'd have someone, especially during very fractious political times, and if I was doing political material about Trump, for instance, sometimes I get to a point where I say something about America and about American culture and about how everything bureaucratic is fucked here. DMV, passports, anything like that.
Don't you think it's worse in Europe?
No, dude. I just got my California real ID and driver's license. because I phoned up for a third time and then said to the woman, I've phoned twice. It's almost my year application. Like when I passed all my shit was a year ago, and it's going to run out. She told me at the DMV I'm going to have to redo all my tests and stuff. I said, because you guys just haven't sent me my card yet. I said, that's fucked up. It shouldn't take a year. And the woman went, let me have a look. This particular woman, let me have a real look. She called up the processing place and they said, oh, yeah, it's just someone hadn't pressed go on the final thing. It had gone to a certain stage where they just hadn't processed the
someone
thing.
hadn't. Yeah.
Someone just hadn't done it.
Yeah.
And the two other times I called before and asked what was going on, they just didn't bother to check because they just went, oh, it just takes time. They just didn't even fucking look it up.
Yeah.
Because this chick said, oh, they should have spotted this 6 months ago.
Yeah.
When you first called.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got my card, but it's
bureaucracy.
That's retarded.
But I feel like Italy, it's the same. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, but that's because they're fucking shysters over there. Greece is bad, but some places are bad. But what I used to feel about the DVLA is pales in comparison to what I now feel about the DMV. Same like healthcare, just generally, this country doesn't want people to fucking exist, to be able to exist. Really, they want you really in debt all the time.
Oh right, yeah.
That's it. However, I say stuff like this about on stage, but hopefully fucking funnier than that.
It's a little, but I talk about
People
the
get angry.
country being in debt.
You don't want to be here, don't be here, man.
Yeah,
you don't like the country. And I said, no, motherfucker. I pay taxes here. I'm proud to be living in America and chasing the fucking dream that I have out here.
Right.
I love American people and I love a lot of the American country.
But you have to do this whole speech.
I said, but also, I pay my taxes. Therefore, if it's not fucking working, I'm going to whinge about it.
Right.
As I would in my own country, as I would in this country, because this is now my country.
Right.
And it got, okay, I didn't know you paid tax in my own country. Of course you didn't, you fucking toothless cunt. Stop fucking your cousin.
You get a lot of those in LA, I'm sure.
Say a lot of that. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking rednecks. No, they're coming in now, man.
Are they?
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Oh, that's true.
Alternative comedy nights, man. 2 out of 3 acts. There's a guy,
Yeah. Who's yelling at you?
Yelling at stuff like, oh man, you my country, we're fucking
Yeah.
That's the alternative comedy scene out here. People think they're doing characters. They're all laughing, going,
right.
"Oh my god,
it's a character. It's a character.
It's the pastiche. It's real good. I like it. No,
Right.
It's like art imitating art. This is amazing." And then what they don't realize, these guys are fucking real rednecks. Theo Von, everyone thinks he's quite progressive left wing.
Yes.
Reality is that guy's he's horrid racist.
Horrid.
I heard him outside.
That's so true.
The Comedy Cellar the other day, and he was there with someone.
His whole name was Theo Von
Von Unstinkler. Yeah.
Racial.
Yeah, and he was there with some of his black friends, and he was just.
He has black friends?
Yeah. Wow. They think they're real friends with him.
Right.
He was being so incredibly racist. This is not real.
No, Theo Von's not really.
He's not really a racist.
As far as we know.
Now the rumor's out there. I don't know what to say. I'm joking.
He's my
Theo
favorite
Von
Southerner.
Has got to be honestly one of the, as far as I can tell, one of the sweetest.
He's very nice.
In
I
LA.
love him. Yes.
Also very funny and definitely not a racist. That's kind of what he brings. His humor is that he's this redneck character,
right?
But who's actually very progressive.
Yes. He's great fun.
But I think it's funny to think of him as like an abhorrent racist. I like the idea that he went to the Comedy Store with a load of black friends, but then just started spouting this really racist shit. And they were like, "Why'd you bring us out tonight? Just so you could fucking embarrass
do that?
us? Is that what you wanted to make us feel bad?"
Like,
and he was like,
"That's
how I do it, man. You don't like it? I'm the Rat King. That's how I do it."
Yeah, the Rat King.
Yeah, just pulls out the belt, lifts his t-shirt, the belt's underneath.
Right.
But he's like, yeah.
This is fun, and I love the whole comedy scene in LA is actually kind of fun, even though a lot of people hate it.
Do you like it out here? I think I don't know. I don't think they value comedians in LA.
Really?
Yeah. Otherwise, we get paid for shows out here. It's a town
you get
that
paid for
some small number, dude. Small number.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. If I didn't do podcasts and voiceovers and all the other shit that I do to pay my fucking rent,
you'd be working at a shoe store. Jeffries, I think.
But what I'm saying is, if I focus only my time on booking comedy shows all the time, I could perform every night on an average to good show. Not every night, 5 nights of the week, and I could probably get paid for 1 or 2, and one would be gas money, and maybe one of those a week could be like $100 if I was really lucky.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's if I was full time, all day spending trying to book myself on shows.
Yes.
And whereas in the reality, given all the other shit I do, I might do 2 shows a week, and one will be nice, and one will be all right. And then maybe I get paid for one. Maybe.
Wow. Wow.
Unless you're passing at the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're a regular at any of the other venues.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like in there all the time. Nah, they don't give a fuck out here.
I know. And there's also more people trying to do it.
All the clubs. And then you can do 3 or 4 shows a night.
Yeah.
And at least you're getting $20 to $30
per show.
But at top end, $150.
Yeah.
Per show.
Yeah. No, there used to in New York be able to make a living just going around every
I think
night
you still can if you don't mind living with another comic in a shared space.
Yeah, with a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Speaking of a shared space, as we touched on before, I did just have 2 little girls who were sharing up my space in my 1 bedroom.
Do you like that?
Do I like being a parent?
Be honest. I bet you love your babies, of course.
The babies are adorable.
And
You're
very happy.
Yeah.
Have you yet hit that honest point of parenthood where you go, you know what? Sometimes, I genuinely think about wanting to suffocate them.
No, I've never think I want to suffocate them, but it's that newborn stage still.
Come on.
So I mean, good shake, sure.
Yeah,
but
all right.
but they so it's a lot of work. They're not talking to you. They're not interacting with you. They're just starting to look at you and understand what's going on.
Awful.
But it's just a lot of burping. Like I have no patience for the burping anymore. Just so much
puking
burping.
up on your shoulder.
Yeah, they don't even do that much. But it's just that they're eating and eating and eating every 3 to 4 hours, and then you have to spend another 25 minutes just burping them. Like feeding them is easy, changing them is easy.
How did we do that shit as Neanderthals? Because Neanderthals, I'm sure, weren't burped. Well, actually, maybe the mother was always.
Maybe I have no idea.
Monkeys do that. So they're all fucking. We come from primates.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a natural thing.
And they sort of just rock and.
How would they know? Who told them that they have to birth these kids?
Who told them, man?
It's amazing to me how that's a natural reaction. Another natural reaction, which is funny, is that there's one of the girls will scream and cry all night until you hold her. Because they're in their cribs.
The least favorite.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And the one of them, so they'll scream and cry, you don't know what's wrong. And
they're identical as well, by the way.
No, they're fraternal. They look very different. And you pick her up and she's like, and she stops crying immediately, but she's still all worked up. So she'll look you right now and be like, oh my God, you have no idea how bad it was in there. Oh my God, thank God you're here. I thought you were never coming back. And what's amazing to me is there's an instinct there. So their first instincts are, I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I don't want to die alone.
Yeah.
Like, that's their first things.
Yeah.
You know, like, why am I in here alone? Like, someone be here with me.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
And kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we're all fucked up from birth a little bit. Because we're trapped in a glass cage of emotion, for want of a better phrase. Honestly, until we can vocalize things and start to...
Yeah. They have a lot of feelings they can't talk about.
You studied... you should look up... get a book on baby sign language.
I already have it.
You got it?
I got it.
When I raised another woman's little girl from her previous relationship for like 4 years, from like 13 months till 5.5.
Wow.
And I'd missed the very initial stages, obviously that first year and a half.
Right.
But she did baby sign language with her, and she said it literally removed any upset from the baby because
also
babies
they could
cry
express
because they can't. Well, she could go like that, water, thirsty, or apple, hungry, or tired or whatever. It was like just these simple things that can go. I like toilet.
That's fascinating. What they're crying about is they can't tell you.
Yeah. They can't tell you. They can't say like, I'm fucking really thirsty or I'm really hungry. My tummy hurts.
Yeah.
So you have to guess. And obviously there's like fact checks of like, here's the 5 things it probably is.
Yeah.
Which is, the baby handbook.
Right.
But I think being able to speak to them in that way is kind of cool.
I'm going to teach them different sign language. Like, like when they have to go to poop.
Hungry is like,
I'm going to do this.
Like that. Yeah.
They have to do this. And then if they were tired, they got to do the robot.
There you go. Love it. Are you tired?
That'll be it. Are you tired? Tired. Tired.
That would be fucking dope.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? They have to do like really complicated signs, but they have to do it.
That's quite a funny concept for a little sketch.
Yeah, exactly.
Alternative baby sign language.
Exactly.
Yeah, make it fun for you.
And they're all like breaking the entire time.
Do they have the dexterity to pop fingers though and start?
Not yet.
See,
not
that's
yet.
That's why
not
I think
yet.
it's like
they need to be a year old to
do
do that. They're doing a lot of moving their limbs around, but clearly without thought.
Yeah.
They're just starting to hold the bottle too, and put the.
They're
just starting to do that.
Like, you got to fuck. Oh, what? And grip onto it, and it still falls out.
Yeah, but they're so
they're
passionate.
fucking dumb, aren't they, babies?
They're dumb. They're animals. But what's amazing is how passionate they are. You can see their passion.
Yeah.
When I've been doing a thing with them where they're really hungry, and as soon as they know what's coming, though, they stop crying. They'll cry when they're hungry. Then as soon as I pick them up and put them in my lap, they're like, okay, it's coming, and they'll stop crying.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the bottle on their chest, just their nipple under their nose, and I'll watch them sniff it out because they're like waiting for it. And they're like, oh, there it is. Like they figure it out through the nose. It's fascinating.
Amazing. We're just animals.
Yeah, they're just animals.
We're just animals programmed for millions of years.
Yeah.
To do these things.
Yeah.
Mate, that's what I was going to make it a point earlier on, actually, because you said when you started talking about us in that kind of the simplistic, animalistic elements of what we are and how what we need to survive, I was realizing, I think, obviously the last few years have been crazy, topsy-turvy times socially and social climate, and overt political correctness, but a need for change and equality and understanding, but then also, you know, a reactionary behavior to that and people going all right and fuckboy level, but then also some legitimate claims of, you know, finding the levels of grey and finding the new sets of rules sexually, racially, etc., etc. This is a new stuff for us as a species, you know, millennia of acting a certain way, and now in the last 100 years, let's make some major changes to the way the world is.
Yeah.
I think men, a reason why we're having such a reaction, and I feel some of these feelings of anger or fear or resentment, and I'm not guilty of the things that they're directed at.
But you're feeling because you think the rules are changing and you're feeling weird about it.
There's certain elements that I'm, you know, I understand there's fears now that I have to have as a man about women. You know, the fear of being very selective with who you sleep with because you don't know who's a little bit fucking
nuts.
And it's an age where, you know, internet courts and people would believe things off the cuff because
someone
said something.
Right.
So you have to be very careful now going, all right, well, I want to, whereas before I could be frivolous and free sexually and stuff, you know. Right. And that's just one element
but
of
I feel like women who are making claims about men just to get back to them is very rare. Well, super
very rare. It's a minuscule number amongst, you know, a large number of women. I'm not unaware. That's the progressive understanding element of me. But there's no part of me going, but it means I have to assess and judge and interact with people in a different way now.
Right.
Even not being a guy who's assaulted a woman, you know? And it's the same with race as well. It's like understanding. There's a lot of things going on. Anyway, I'm making very... It doesn't need to be this specific. It was more a broad ideology, which was going to be men as the sex of the species. This sex of the species, we have got so little of what we are pre-programmed to do makes any sense right now in the modern world.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Fucking and spreading seed is not really a socially acceptable way to behave.
No,
you're meant to try and find someone nice and settle down and be monogamous.
Yep. But that's been like that for hundreds of years now.
Hundreds of years, but it hasn't. We were still like, you know, it's all the things that we are programmed to do. Fighting is frowned upon, and we're drawn to want to protect and dominate, and you know, even in terms of politically now, like people look at entire continents and go, well, they've been behaving this way for years. You know, the empire did this and that did that. It's like, yeah, because we were programmed to want to dominate and take over new territory and kill whoever the fuck we had to take over their land. That was what was ingrained in a lot of men. That was it.
Yeah.
And then hunting and killing prey and stuff like that. All of these things are frowned upon. We really have very little purpose. Whereas a lot of what women have been programmed to do is having babies is never going to be a thing that doesn't need to exist anymore.
Yes.
It's literally the only reason we're still around.
Yes.
That's their job, and that's the only thing that we will never be able to do. And they have that, and it's always going to be necessary. Being nurturing people, educating, growing up is an integral part of what being feminine and being a woman is. And it's always going to be necessary.
Right.
And now, socially, and it's certainly in the climate, it's like generally what is being more prescribed to the females of the gender of the species, being more understanding, conversation, working through problems logically with emotional thought and empathy rather than with fists and strength.
Right.
It's a lot of what I think we're kind of. I think men are fucked.
Modern men are being rewired, though.
To some extent, yeah, it's happening.
Yeah,
it's happening. I'm a mild proof of that. There's more strong proofs of that. But I actually just think that men might die out. I think I'm going to be interested to see what happens to bodies over another 1,000 years.
I mean, if I'm really being honest with you, I don't think humans are going to be around another 1,000 years.
Really?
No.
Yeah, well, that's...
I mean, maybe.
No, you're right. That's a big possibility.
Yeah.
However, if we were,
Yeah.
I think we might regress. Like, sexually, our gender would regress.
Right.
And we would find a way to produce...
With one gender?
With, one gender, I think, in some way. Maybe.
That would be fascinating. That would be a major leap. And very few, almost no species on Earth do that. Maybe one or two.
Yeah.
Fish do it or something like that.
Going back to being a sort of almost self-creating...
Yeah. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but gender roles will change. Or is another totally different scenario when the world becomes less inhabitable.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot less people. The population is just going to shrink by half or more.
Well, governance will just be like one baby per family.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Unless it's a natural twin birth if you can't help it.
Right.
But that's it.
But I'm saying gender roles might revert back to more old school survival roles.
Really?
That's another scenario.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, see the way it goes. I'm not going to get to, I don't think. But I do think we're defunct. It's almost like the idea of being a masculine man is associated with being negative now. Do you think?
Oh, for the last 30 years, 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, since the sexual revolution, I feel like that's been that way. Yeah.
Really?
Since the 60s, the idea of being like a masculine man has sort of has a lot of stereotypes, of like negative stereotypes.
Well, I consider myself a masculine man.
Really?
Fuck yeah, man. I'm masculine in the
Have
sense
you looked at yourself? I'm kidding.
You're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, dude. But that's what I'm saying, is that this is what my consideration of masculinity is. I'm a man. I'm sexually driven with a masculine intent, which is, I'm confident and I'm outgoing and I'm not afraid of things sexually. Doesn't mean I'm aggressive, but it means I'm like, if I like someone, like a girl, I'll go up and say, "Hi, how are you?"
Right.
That's like that's my masculine sexuality. And then also, being open and honest about my insecurities. A lot of people might prescribe that to femininity, but I actually think that's the most masculine you can be. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Like 100%. I mean,
I'm weak.
In a lot of ways,
and
that's
that
the
makes me stronger
strongest.
to acknowledge my weaknesses.
The strongest you can be is being able to own it.
I love being around
talk about it.
Other men who excel beyond things that I can do. Mm-hmm. Like, I like having very handsome male friends.
You're welcome.
Dude, I'm not. No, but honestly, I like if a guy has a better body, has a better face, is a better singer, is stronger than me, is faster than me, is infinitely more well read than me. I don't feel bad about those things. I don't go, fucking, I wish I was that. It makes me aspire to be as good as them.
Sure, definitely.
And I like that. That's masculine. I think.
Oh yeah.
There's too many There's too much of a misrepresentation. We could come to a place where the male side of the gender could still be worthwhile and exist and have a purpose and a place if we could redefine what people see as what masculinity is. Yeah. It's not douchebag in the gym going, "Get out of my fucking way, fag." It's not that guy.
No, of course
and it's
not.
also not the guy in a comfy sweater guy and going, "You know what? I really feel."
But that could be masculine for him.
Nah, that's bitch.
I won't say that's masculine for him, but what you're talking about is just being comfortable with who you are. That's all you're saying,
or
and you're
comfortable
equating
in
that.
No, you're not.
Right. But you're equating that with being my masculine. That's just really being comfortable with and happy with your limitations and who you are and who you aren't.
Do you find that once you got married, and then also once you became a father, you find new levels of happiness in who you are, and also that affects the comedy, how you talk about yourself? And
that's an interesting question. Do I find new levels of happiness in who I am? I find
these are defining moments. These are very defining of.
I find
who you want to be.
I'm less getting married and now having kids, which is new. There's just less thinking about yourself and less thinking and caring about who you are and what you aren't, and like getting in your head about like all the things you're not.
Right.
And it's just sort of
because
like
you
goes
have that
away.
Acceptance of, for instance, your partner,
acceptance of your wife, that does help.
So you don't have to desperately seek that from other women. And who's going to like me? Who's going to want to be with me? Blah, blah.
Yes, that does help. But you just, I don't know, especially with the kids, it's new for me, but like there's definitely more of like what's important, what's not important, what can I be talking about. Like you're less talking about yourself. You're less self-involved.
How old are they now?
2 months.
2 months, man. You're gonna start getting dad muscles as well.
Yeah, I've already tried to. I'm doing so much lifting. It's
and holding.
Crazy. It's crazy how much lifting I'm doing.
Dude, forearms. I filled out when I dated the girl who had a little girl from a previous relationship.
Yeah.
I filled out because I was carrying around 13 month up until 5.5 years,
So
carrying
much.
around everywhere, and you get dad muscles. So crazy.
These 2-month-old girls are 8 pounds and 9 pounds, and I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly like lifting and carrying and all the time.
I feel like I want to see one of those things on QVC, like an advert on QVC for these straps. So they're like gauntlets.
Oh,
but
they're shaped like a baby?
Well, no. They're just like the gauntlet
Right.
that you would wear. The
Right.
van braces. Are they
Yeah.
van braces there
Yeah.
or gauntlets?
Sure.
Whatever it is. The
Yeah.
ye olde fucking leather.
Yeah.
So,
I know what you mean.
So it'd be like those. So they look fucking dope. Look like a superhero.
they're
You can
9
get
pounds.
No. But you can get like Superman ones or Iron Man
I get it,
ones
I
or
get
whatever.
it. Wonder Woman.
51. Wonder Woman, sure. Why not? Ladies can have them too. And then on the inside, it has like little straps for underneath the arms and around the waist. So you lay the baby on, and you clip and you clip, and you can clip babies so you could have one on each. But you literally fucking power lift your baby. So it's coming in. Baby's having a great time. Every time it comes
it's
up,
a
you're
live
like,
baby clipped on.
You're getting fit.
Right.
Fucking working those biceps.
Oh, working those biceps. Baby biceps.
9 pounds. How much are they? 9 pounds
One's
each?
8 and one's 9.
See, you're going light weights at the moment.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But as they grow, the straps continue to extend.
Right. I love this idea.
I'm looking for an investment.
QVC, get on board with this. Get
why
on board.
That's why I brought you here.
Baby bracelets.
I'm looking for an investment of $250,000.
Okay.
For a 25% stake in the business.
I'm going to have to take 65%.
Let me just have a chat with my confidant.
You have a confidant over there? Oh, I didn't realize there was a confidant sitting there the entire time. And you can even see on camera you're not talking to anyone.
So I'm a schizophrenic.
You didn't even get off frame.
Okay. We're willing to take an investment of $200,000.
Okay.
For 40% of the business.
It's going to have to be, I'm going to have to give you $100,000 for 55%.
That's the worst deal.
I know. That's how I roll.
The deal's getting worse now?
Yeah. This is called Turtle Tank.
All right, we're going to offer you $200,000.
You're going to give me $200,000? Okay.
For 80% of your business.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. It's happened. It's happening.
That's great.
I love it.
Looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, I don't even have a business. It's going to be awesome.
Amazing. Did it.
We did it.
We did it, man.
I love it. Oh, this is the best morning I've ever had. It feels like 5 a.m.
Are you serious? Does
Yeah.
it feel bad?
It feels, I don't know. It feels fine.
5 a.m.? That's
Feels
not good.
early.
I don't ever think
it feels
about
early
5 a.m.
in my head.
Unless we're talking about when I was 20-something and it's 5
Right.
a.m. Because then it's
Awesome.
good night.
Oh, when you stayed up till 5 a.m. and you were like 26, you owned the night.
Dude, here's the times, right? If you gone to bed at like 1, 2 a.m., that was a good night and you went home, you got lucky. If it was 4, 5 a.m., that was a crazy night, but you went home and you fucking got some rest. And that was a good night. If you're talking 8, 9 in the morning, you are still trying to buy cocaine again from your dealer at 8 in the 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that was a terrible night and it would be 2 days of misery.
Yeah. That's
the time.
New York, I don't know if I
go
still
to bed
do.
at 10:30 now, motherfucker.
AM? Wow, you must be doing a lot of coke.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a lot of after-hours bars in New York. And when I was younger, I knew where all of them were. The ones because the bars close at 4 a.m., the ones that started from 4 a.m. And there was one after-hours bar. And each of them only last a couple years because the cops find out about it, whatever. There was one called Brownies.
Right.
And it was a nondescript East Village door, like a metal
Boom,
door.
boom, boom.
Yeah, and you had to know where it was.
What do you want? What do you want?
But it was like a
I'm
thriving.
here to drop off some steam hot brownies.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here.
It was a thriving little bar, very dark in there.
Nice.
You could buy Coke over the bar, like over the counter. They had
Perfect.
it, but you could not curse.
Really?
You were not allowed to curse, and it would say open from 4 to 10. And everyone was doing blow, and there was a pool table and a bunch of chairs, and they had cans of different kinds of beers. They had in a cooler. They didn't even have a fridge. They had a cooler, and they would just pull out beers
in there.
for $1 each, whatever.
That's this sounds like the perfect
After hours.
After hours bar.
Yeah, it was really nice. But what was funny about it was that if you're having a conversation, the owner was always listening, his old man. And if you said, oh, that shit, he goes, first warning! He would throw you out if you cursed twice.
Really?
Yeah. There's a bunch of words you could not say in there.
Shit, fuck.
Yeah,
cunt.
whatever.
I
whatever
would have
it was.
been out in a
Yeah, you would have been out.
heartbeat.
Yeah. It was amazing. I'd see people get tossed out. They're like literally just bought Coke over the bar, but they couldn't say fuck
Yeah.
in conversation.
Wow. Where was he from? Do you know?
I don't know. I just thought it was the
What did
funniest
he
little
look
quirk.
like? What did the old guy look
Just
like?
an old white guy with white hair and glasses.
Okay. And that was his spot.
That was his spot. And
Wow,
he would
man.
monitor everyone's conversation. I got a warning once.
Yeah? For saying what?
I think I said shit.
I mean, if you're going to get a warning, you might as well drop the C-bomb, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you reckon that was immediate expulsion? Probably.
I don't know. I didn't.
Dude, if it was
I don't
the
know
kind of
all
place
the
where he didn't
all the
want you to say
levels.
shit.
Yeah.
I feel like dropping the word cunt as a first swearsy would probably be
You're out. You're
straight
out
away.
immediately. Yeah.
Wow, man.
I thought that was.
I
Such
love
a
spots
great
like that.
Quirk. Yeah.
I miss what you're obviously in the next place as well. You're in the next progression of your life, which is marriage
Kids.
and fatherhood.
Yeah.
But I sort of did that, and then I've come back to now being single, which is weird.
Yeah.
That's hard to grow up and then go. Oh,
Bring up a kid for 5 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, we actually only lived together 2.5 years, so that was full-time dad time. But it's such a weird concept to come back to being kind of, hey, fun young guy. I don't miss being 24 or 22 or 18 and going to warehouse raves and taking so many drugs that I chew the corner of my own tooth off.
Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
12 the next day in a pair of leopard print leggings and some Doc Martens and no shirt and sunglasses and beads, walking down fucking Brick Lane. I don't want to be that again. Yeah. Back when it was fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that again.
Right.
But also, I'm so fucking glad I did all that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. There's moments where I'm like, oh, it'd be really fun to go and take a load of Molly and go to a rave.
I'm sure there's tons here.
8 in the morning. That'd be really fun.
I'm sure you could find one. You should just go,
but I think
not on drugs.
Sure. And I'm also missing. But then if I go anywhere not on drugs, I'm gonna be going to bed by 2 a.m. in the latest.
Right. That's
just
fine.
Get tired and go
from like 11 to 12.
Have you been to a rave? That's the no one's here yet time.
I know.
And that's the problem. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be an old man. No, I want to be able to have some young man experiences, but do it in an old man style. Yeah. I want everyone to go, look.
Like, I want to go to Coachella, but I want a chair.
Exactly. I don't want to go. I never want to go to Coachella.
No, I've never been.
Paid to be there.
It seems rough.
Dude, but you get the point. Yeah, I'm saying I want to go to Burning Man Festival, but can we take a luxury Winnebago?
Luxury Winnebago. I'm not showering.
Can I please, go to this warehouse rave? But is there any chance you could provide some molded,
and can we start at 8 and end at 10:30?
Yeah, exactly. Can everyone turn up at 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
So by 11 when I arrive, it's fucking rammed and it's glowing off.
Yeah.
And then can we all wrap up by 1? Can we all take a little Molly, but let's just take the right amount.
Yeah.
And then just say that no one's got any left, so no one can do any more. And
then let's just say no one's got any left.
And then let's have a fruit smoothie, and we get a massage for an hour before we go.
Yeah.
So we can all just come down nicely. Is that okay?
That sounds like you should do that rave. You should do a rave for 35 and up.
I heard that Elon Musk has an island, right, where he likes to go, and it's a sexy island. And
it's a sexy island.
Him and his
the island has big boobs.
Him and his billionaire. It's pretty much mostly made out of boob if you take all the people who are there during those couple of weeks. But he basically flies in loads of high-end models and glamorous ladies and blah, 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 and cool. And a load of billionaire buddies. They all go out there. And apparently for a week, it's just, you get off the plane, it's just, there's a Molly cocktail. And blah, you take whatever drugs you want. There's free cocaine, free, like pure, beautiful shit.
Right.
Free Molly, free everything, whatever you want. No heroin, none of that shit. And you get drunk, you get fucked up, and you all have sex, and you do whatever you want to do for a week. And then for the second week, there's no drugs, there's no alcohol, and it's all like detox, colonics, yoga, meditation, blah, blah, blah.
Wellness.
So you have like a week of being fucking monstrous. And then a week of just being purified from top to bottom.
Where'd you hear this? I wonder how real this is.
Of course it's real, man. If you're that wealthy, you're going to do that once a year.
Just because you're wealthy doesn't mean everyone else is doing it.
I heard it from a girl who was a model.
Who went.
Mm-hmm. So
Right.
she told me the story. It could be fabricated and exaggerated. I'm sure
Right.
it is a little to some extent.
Right.
But still, it sounds like definitely something that I would do if I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
billionaire.
Yeah. I don't know if I do a week of each. I think I do 2 to 3 days of each. Like
Yeah.
2 or 3 days of fun, and then 2 or 3 days of wellness, and then I would go home.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do 2 full weeks
your wife
with
and
the
child.
same. Well,
Wife
just
and
like
children be like,
you know
"Where
what it
have
is?
you been the last
You know
2
what it is?
weeks?"
How many people? Like maybe 20 people total here. I can't be with the same 20 people for 2 weeks. Enough with you guys.
Yeah, fair. Well, for the first week, you're just inside each of them. If there's 20 girls, I don't want to. You can have a couple of orgies and a couple of group sessions, maybe a couple of threesomes. But for the realistic, you're gonna want to have a day or two off fucking.
Oh yeah,
so
I'm
over
sore.
a week, you might only
super
want to
sore.
fuck 4 days out of the 7,
Maybe.
and then so that's not a lot of time to fuck 20 girls.
No.
So I think you need a week, and then for
Okay,
the week
I see what
off,
you mean.
also it's bear in mind now when I do any drugs, which actually I say now, but I haven't since I've been in LA. Hard drugs.
Right.
Only just smoking a little weed.
Right.
And I can't. It's not like a bit of hurt for me if I ever did that. I did back in New York a couple of times, and man, I had like 3-day come downs from tiny amounts of cocaine.
Wow.
3 days of come down because my body's just gone. Nah, bro.
It can't do it.
Bro,
anymore.
you were doing this to such excess,
Right.
for so many years,
Yeah.
and now you've not for a
Right.
long time, dudes. Just fucking
Right.
nah,
Yeah.
it's not yours anymore, which is great. It's good. It's like see you later, drugs.
It's
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
But that's why I'm saying you need a good week. If you're going to do a week of get fucking
Yeah.
even on the best, cleanest drugs, you're still gonna
Need a week
at
of
least
rest,
a week of
of
like someone
nothing.
cleaning your colon and fucking your mind and your soul and your body. You know?
How many colon cleaners do you have here?
3 or 4,
You have 3 or 4 good
and
ones
they're
in
constant
the
rotation.
house?
There's always 3 or 4 on call
Oh yeah.
because let's be realistic. Out of 20, if there's 40 people on the island, I don't think there's going to be constantly 4 people needing to have their assholes flushed out.
No. I'd say on your island you'd have 3 or 4. In LA, do you have a guy?
Oh yeah, I got like a neighbor who's
A neighbor.
Sure, yeah, well he's
There's
hard up right now.
nothing
He was
more
driving for Uber
trustworthy.
Eats, but now he just comes and sees me once a week, and
Yeah, he just gives a little cleans the old coals.
that's exactly
Yeah.
it. He has a foot pump. It's not even like a
a foot
machine.
pump.
Yeah, he's old school.
I love this.
He foot pumps it.
So LA.
You know those like old school,
Yeah.
fire fans.
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's one of those, but it's got a real thick nozzle, and it's got like a tube, and then he funnels water into it,
Right.
and then just blows it straight into it.
Yeah.
Flushes up there. Then he plays a flute.
It plays a
And-
flute.
Yeah, because it's very relaxing.
And the flute comes.
If
makes
you play
it-
a flute
makes
at
it
the
come
right
out.
at the right tone,
Right.
in the right way,
Right.
it completely relaxes your
Colon.
anus.
I did not know
colon.
that.
Yeah, you just.
I don't know.
So that's how it falls out.
My colon was so attached to flautists.
Yeah, I think it's flutes and piccolos. I'm not sure. I don't think it's clarinets or.
Could you
trumpets.
flush a piccolo out if you hit the right note on the old flute?
You could probably replace the pipe with a piccolo.
Oh yeah.
Just skip the middleman.
Yeah. I'm
Go
sure you
straight
could.
from piccolo to
to butt.
butthole.
You know how many people know what a piccolo is? 4, and they all own them.
Now, because of this podcast, potentially 20,000.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Piccolos.
Piccolo. Google searches for piccolos.
Yeah.
Shut up last night. I got to wrap it, man.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, I'm
What's
sorry
this
to end
podcast
it on-
called?
It's called the Savage Snowflake Podcast.
I love it. I liked your title you just said. Shut up last night.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. It should be called.
Shut up last night.
Yeah.
Shut up last night.
Yeah.
Just comics sharing their biggest, their craziest night out stories.
Oh yeah. I mean, we have
so
time.
we're
I have
like-
like 4 from 5 of those.
Well, that's a different podcast. We'll
Okay.
record that one next.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest Seth Herzog is a very funny man.
That's
and
true.
He runs amazing shows every month in New York City,
Yep.
which is called Sweet,
Yep.
which is now at the...
Chelsea Music Hall.
There you go. So make sure you check it out. If you're in New York City, it's one of the greatest shows.
Yeah.
that it
January
does happen there.
29th is the next one.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, this will come out before then. So make
Yeah.
sure you go and check out the live shows. Also, if you want to see him perform live, you can either go and see his live
Tonight
shows,
Show.
or you can go to the Tonight Show,
Yeah.
where he does warm up every single 5
Every single
days,
show.
5 times a week.
Well, we do Monday through Thursday, and we do 2 on Thursday.
There you go. So make sure you go and check that out. Get yourself some tickets online, or go and see him and actually pay him money to go and see
Yeah,
him
that's
do
better.
a live stand-up show.
That's
And what's your
better.
website and social media?
My website's still being rearranged, but
Unbelievable.
I know. Twitter is the Zog, and Instagram, which I use a lot, is Seth Zog, SETHZOG.
There you go. So make sure you check them out on all those. Also, wait, can I plug our shit?
Yeah, you got to plug your shit. What's the point?
The merch, dude.
The merch is here. Let's see
Seth,
the white
be
one.
honest. Have you ever seen a T-shirt that looks more exciting and creatively artistic than that? Look at that.
I like it. I would make the design a little smaller, but I like it. It's a little too big.
I mean, he would, but I know you guys really want to represent, so that's why it's that size.
Yeah.
You can probably make it smaller. I don't know. I haven't checked the website. Oh look, there's the normal Savage Snowflake one, which just got the logo on it.
I like
Savage
that one
Snowflake
better.
words. I'm a Savage Snowflake. Wear it. Do me a favor, if you want to check out the merch links, you can find all of those on my Twitter, or just go to Linktree. That's
Linktree.
linktr.ee/Jeff Leach. linktr.ee/Jeff
What's
Leach.
.ee?
I don't know. Estonian.
It's Estonia. It's Estonia.
Estonia. .tv. Like
Yeah.
Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
That's I think Transylvania or something.
No,
something
it's an
weird.
island, I think.
Oh,
like
is it?
Tevis.
Oh, is it?
Something like that. Nevis.
But it's a place.
It's an island.
It's a
yeah.
place.
Yeah, I know. I heard
We could
that.
set up our own colony called the Caucasian Orthodox Christian collective Klingons.
Yeah.
And then we could get .cock.
Yeah, we could. We get .cock.
If we set up our own small independent state. Surely we could buy
an
that
independent state. We'd have to set up like a government.
Yeah.
Who recognizes what is a government? Like, why
Well,
can't we
me
just
and you,
say
we'd be the only people on the
right?
state.
But why can't we just make our own government here in town?
We can.
And someone else, but we'd have to be recognized by some force, by the UN or something.
Would we? Just
I don't know.
get a necklace?
Yeah, just get a necklace.
Big fucking
says
medal
cock.
on it. Yeah, it just says cock on it. Dude, ladies and gentlemen, Seth Herzog.
Thank you,
very much for
everybody.
being here, brother. And
sit down, everybody. Sit down.
everyone.
Sit down.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.